You ready? Here we go. Good morning, everybody. On today's show, I've got updates regarding quite a lot of things, including what happened with the Boogie interview and why it's not happening today, my schedule. But more interestingly, I'm going to get caught up with Review Tech USA and DOODY streams. Because every once in a while, you got to try to figure out what that smell is in the room. What is that? What is going on? I thought that I cleaned this room out, right? I thought that I swept and I used floor cleaner and bleach, but oh, weird permeating smell that persists. And so today we will investigate the source of that shitty smell. It's going to be a fun show. All this and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, the 15th of October, 2024. I'm DSP, and this is Jasper Kitty. Right, Jasper? What are you up to, buddy? What are you up to today? Scratching his ear. He'll probably jump on the chair in a second. Welcome to the Level 1 Podcast, co-streamed on DSPGaming and on DSPGaming Reel, respectively on YouTube and Kick here. And I hope that you're all in a good mood and that you are ready for some fun on today's chill show. What a day of streaming we have today. A full day of horror. Because after the Level 1 Podcast ends, we're finishing Silent Hill 2 Remake, which I can't wait to see how it ends. What about you, buddy? What do you think's going to happen in the ending? What ending am I going to get, do you think? Jasper, what ending do you think I'll get? What ending do you think I'm going to get, buddy? Here, jump up on the chair. Come on, jump up. Okay. When I want him to do something, he will never do it. He will literally only do stuff when he feels like it. That's the kind of cat he is. Right, buddy? Right, Jasper? Just staring at me. Soul Potato, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So, how are you all? I hope you're having a good week. And what a day of horror. Silent Hill 2 finishing today on this stream. And then tonight on the late stream, 7 p.m. Pacific time. See? Haha, there we go. On the late stream tonight, it is Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster returning to my streams. I know that I haven't played Dead Rising in over a week and a half because I was very, very heavily into Silent Hill 2, but we're getting back to it now. And quite frankly, at the rate that I was turboing through the game, I wouldn't be surprised if I beat it in another 1 to 2 streams. I was really doing, pretty well, and it was much, much easier than the original game with all the changes they made to the Deluxe Remaster Edition, right? How old is Jasper Kitty? Well, he's a rescue kitty, okay? So when we rescued him, we were told that he's probably about 3 to 4 years old, but nobody really knew yet. And no one knows now. There's no records. We couldn't find any medical records or anything. For example, he's front declawed, and we don't know why. Why did his owners front declaw him, but then eventually he ended up in a shelter? It doesn't make sense, right? But anyway, that was a while ago. That was, 5. I always get the time frame wrong. But it was about 5 years ago, I want to say. So he's probably about 8-ish. He could be 7, he could be 8, he could be 9. We don't really know. But he's still a young kitty. He's full of energy. He's still able to jump all around and do all kinds of athletic stuff. So we know that he's he's loving life here. So that's cool. Anyway, so let us go ahead and address the elephant in the room, although I don't really think it's an elephant. But FYI, I had talked about this earlier in the week that I was going to have Boogie on the show today as an interview. And I was excited for this because Boogie and I have wanted to have a conversation with each other for a very long time. I mean, I remember mentioning years and years ago saying, hey, that would be a really interesting guy to have a conversation with Boogie. And that was before Boogie had all the hate thrown against him, and he was exposed for all this stuff that he's done. This was when people kind of still liked him. And I was like, I think this would be a fun conversation to have. Of course, so now with all the stuff that's happened with this man in the last several years, the interactions that we've had as a result of LOLCOW Live and all of that, I definitely feel like, you know, it would be a fun appearance. I certainly don't know how it would go. It could go many different ways, but I think just having it happen would have been fascinating, right? Well, what ended up happening was I never formally announced that it was going to 100% happen today. I did put it on my nightly schedule for a few days there, but I never really said, yes, it's 100% locked and this and that. And the reason I didn't do that was because it's Boogie, and after having, you know, conversation with Keemstar on this very show back in August, he basically explained to me that working with Wings and Boogie was very difficult. And, you know, I start to understand what that means to some extent now that I've had some interaction with Boogie in this regard. I'm literally just trying to schedule a podcast appearance. That's it. Like, all I want to do is have him as a guest and have an interview. It's not like rocket science or a big deal, okay? Well, as I'm talking with him over these past, like, month trying to do it, he very sporadically answers messages. He won't read his DMs and message, like, daily or even every other day. It'll be, like once a week. Maybe he'll finally get back to me on something. And he keeps expressing that he wants to be on the show, but we can't ever really lock it in. So finally, I really wanted to have him on the show this week. I didn't have any guests for a few weeks now, and I was like, this would be great to finally have him on the show. And talking with him, seemed like he wanted to do it. I said, well, my show is at this time. I need your Discord, you know, basic stuff so we can get it set up. As of this morning, I still don't have him added on Discord. Okay? I know. It's pretty insane. It's like, what? Wait, isn't step one just get him added on Discord so that way you can discuss detail? He's still not on my Discord, all right? And that's not because I haven't tried, all right? Basically, I wanted him to be on the show this morning, but I just couldn't get him to lock it in and confirm he would be on the show. He got confused about time zones. Like, I told him Pacific time, and then he asked me, oh, is that time Pacific time? I was like, yes, it's Pacific time. That's what I'm talking about. Without going into massive details about it, because it really isn't worth a giant segment on the show, trying to handle Boogie and try to, like, schedule this is like trying to handle, like, a live eel that's, like, writhing around. You're trying to grab it. Listen, just stay still for a second so I can talk to you, so we can get this locked in, we can get this happening. It's like impossible, right? Like one of those water weenies. You ever had one of the water weenie things that kids have? It's like squeezes all over the place. That's what it's like, okay? So, basically, I wanted to have him on the show this morning, but he wouldn't confirm, all right? Last night, when I was, I guess I looked at the time, because I don't check my DMs 7,000 times a day. I check them, like, maybe twice a day, like once in the morning, and then, like, once at night before I go to sleep. So last night before I went to sleep, I checked my DMs. Boogie had DM'd me back as I was setting up for my late stream. So I didn't see the DM when he had done it, and basically he finally sent me his Discord info so I could send him a Discord invite. And he said that he could be on the show today. And I'm like, I didn't see it until I was going to sleep last night. Now I'm not going to just all of a sudden be like, oh, yeah, he's on the show this morning. So, by the way, I sent him the Discord invite. And as of my knowledge, maybe that's changed. But as of this morning, he still hadn't accepted. So I don't know how he would have done the show anyway, because he still didn't accept my Discord invite. So I don't have him on my Discord yet. But anyway, I told him, let's still have you on the show, but let's do it later. Let's either do it later this week or maybe next week. So I'll talk to him again. I'll try at least to either get him on. I mean, potentially, there's a lot of different, he could be on Thursday or Friday. He could be on, like, early next week. Like, I have openings for shows that he could slip in and be on the show if he wants to. But it's got to be his end of confirming and locking it in. I'm not going to tell you guys something and then it doesn't happen because he didn't confirm it. And he hasn't confirmed anything, right? Now, I'm well aware that Wings of Redemption has his surgery tomorrow, and I wish him the best. I really do. Like, that's really rough what he's going to go through. And it's going to be not only, like, a major deal to get through the surgery, but then to have to go through the life changes that he has to adapt to, or else he's going to get sick. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to have to adapt his diet. For those who don't know, Wings is having his gallbladder removed because of severe, like, inflammation and infection, and he needs to have it removed. But when you have your gallbladder removed, you actually need to change your lifestyle. You have to stop eating certain foods and change your ways. You have to. If you don't, and you continue to try to have the bad diet and stuff, you'll get very sick. So I hope that he can take it seriously, and I seriously hope that he recovers fast. You know, it's messed up that he's going through that right now. But I guess they're going to be, like, covering that on the show and everything. So I don't know to what extent Boogie will be busy for the next week or so, but I'll try to get in line with him. I mean, what I would argue is probably it makes sense to try to get him on the show early next week, like maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, one of those days. But again, it's not really, the ball's in his court, not in mine. He has to confirm, yes, I will be on this day, on this time, and add me on Discord, and then we can lock it in, right? So that's what happened. Sorry that Boogie's not on the show. The thing is, there's this whole community based around, like, Lolcow Live and reacting to those guys and seeing what they do. And there's, like, several groups that actually reached out to me this week and were like, hey, are you really having Boogie on the show? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I literally don't know. One guy was on Twitter, and he posted up, he can't wait to react to it, and I responded. I was like, just so you know, it may not happen. You know, don't get your hopes up, because I don't want you, like, wasting your time setting up a whole stream for this thing, and it doesn't happen, and then look what happened, right? So, yeah, it kind of sucks, but what can you do? I'll do my best to try to secure that, hopefully for next week for you guys, okay? Yeah, that's right. No more Wendy's chili for wings. Like, no, real talk, Wings will not be able to be doing that stuff. When his gallbladder is removed, he has to completely change his lifestyle around. Seriously. Okay. All right. Hold on one second, because I'm setting everything up here, and I forgot to set one thing up. Okay, and I got this there. Just double check. Okay, here we go. Because I want to have all my topics laid out here, and I want to be sure I have them all. Okay, cool. Okay, so, sorry, let us begin now with our topics. All I want to do is just briefly talk about a couple things. Very briefly, I want to talk about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero after having played it for 3 hours yesterday. And briefly, I want to talk about my schedule for the rest of the week, because now it's very different. And then we're going to get into our topics, you know, checking in on Rich and DOODY and all of them, right? So there you go. Okay, so first off, guys, thank you for 19 straight streams, 19 goals hit. Thank you so much for that. That is amazing. Thank you for the support both on YouTube side and Kick side. You know, I said yesterday, I wonder what was going to happen, because I was getting such overwhelming support from the Kick side of stuff now that I'm doing the dual streaming. And then yesterday, the Kick support did slow down a bit, but then the YouTube side picked up. So this is awesome, because what's happening is people want to see the streak continue. They want to see the goals get hit. You know that if we hit 25 this week, I'm going to be trying out the Chicken Big Mac from McDonald's this coming Friday. I've already announced it, okay? So there'll be another special edition of DSP Tries It. And it's just awesome that you guys keep this flowing, keep it going, fill in the king's coffers, as they say. You know, the last streak that we had that was significant was 41, right? 41 straight streams back in August where we were hitting the goals. Now we're at 19. So we're almost halfway there already. And like I said, can we beat it? Can we beat that last record? So today, once again, if you're watching and you're enjoying my content, please support it in any way you can, whether that's a super chat, super sticker, membership, gifted membership on the YouTube side, whether that's becoming a sub or gifting some subs to the community over on the Kick side, or tipping, which applies to everyone. Like, literally, no matter where you're watching, you can tip via my tips link. If you're on Kick, it should be in the description of the video and stream, or you can go to the About page, and you'll find it there. If you're here on YouTube on DSPGaming, you can use the tips command in the chat, which is !tip, to get the instructions, or you can just look at the description of the video. So, all greatly appreciated. All right, let's get some going. Right now, we don't have anything. Let's get some momentum going on the stream today, so we can start moving towards the goal for the stream. Fair enough? All right, and I'll give you a shout out live if you do contribute in some way. Okay, really quick, what I'd like to do is recap. Now that I've actually played a full stream of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I want to give you my opinion, all right? The game is fun if you're a fan of Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball franchise. and you ever wanted to see it like fully represented very well in a modern game with great graphics and some pretty interesting scenarios when it comes to the plot. And what I mean by that is, number one, the graphics are outstanding on PC. I don't know about console, but on PC, this is the best looking Dragon Ball game I've really ever played. The graphics are so good with the effects. You know, they're charging up with their ki and giant explosions. They're doing these giant effects of you know, attacks and stuff. And they're all very representative of how they looked in the anime, which is great. Just super fun to be able to play as any of your favorite characters and see all their different abilities and stuff. And of course, there's a lot of different versions of each character. I mean, I'm playing the Goku story, and there's like a million different Gokus that are all different from over the years, right? To be able to do Kaioken attack Goku versus, you know, Super Saiyan Goku versus Super Saiyan level 3 with the Dragon Fist Goku versus now I guess I'm God Saiyan Goku and stuff like that. It's really neat to see that represented in a game very well. What I'm also really enjoying about the game is that the game has what-if scenarios. It's not just the standard plot that you've seen if you've watched the animes or read the manga. It's what-if scenarios. For example, there was a scenario where Goku changed his mind about staying inside the training area during the Cell fight, and when Cell was absorbing all the androids. Instead, Goku left, fought Cell, and beat him, and then the whole plot changed, where now he's fighting the androids individually, and there's the showdown between him and 16 and stuff. I was like, oh, that's different. Like, totally different. Than anything else. That's really neat. So, yeah, so I had a great time with that. The one thing that I don't like, and this is the problem, is this is the major component of the game. The combat is just not very fun or satisfying. It's too chaotic. It's too complicated. And it's too fast-paced to the point where the camera can't even catch up or keep up with the action. And it makes it a big jumbled mess. So, for example, you're fighting one of these AI-controlled opponents, whether it's Frieza or Boo or whoever, and you dash up to them, you start doing a combo. Oh, they interrupt your combo. Okay, well, there's a move to interrupt the interruption with your own counter, but then they just counter back, and it's like, wait, what? I just, like, the game isn't fun if every time you try to play, the enemy just immediately auto-counters you. Then you have to counter their counter, but then they counter your counter. It's like, what? Like, when is there... Nothing ever feels like a solid hit. It feels like you got lucky to get a hit in. There's techniques that'll get you behind the opponent, and you'll do it, and sometimes it'll work, and sometimes it won't. And you'll end up scratching your head like, what happened there? Sometimes the camera, because you're moving so fast, you're like trying to teleport to them, or they're trying to fly to you. The camera gets stuck on stuff constantly, too. It's not like, oh, that happens every once in a while. Every fight I've done, the camera's stuck on a wall, stuck on a tree, stuck on a plateau. It's underwater. It's stuck under there. You can't see. And it's chaotic because you try to, like, let's say you want to charge your ki. Well, your ki charge effect blocks the camera. So now the enemy can throw projectiles at you or dash right to you, and you can't see the attack, so you can't counter it. And it's like, what happened here? You know, because people are like, oh, this is a serious fighting game. What? No. No. No, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is not a serious fighting game at all. It's an arena action game. It's meant to be completely unbalanced. It's meant to be fun because you like Dragon Ball. There is no way you could ever take this game seriously as a fighting game. It's ridiculous. I mean, just the basics premise of a fighting game, I need to see what's going on, actually doesn't work in this game. So how you think this could be a serious fighting game, you'd be like out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? But as for a game where you're actually getting fun because you're a fan of Dragon Ball, that I see. Like, as a fan of Dragon Ball, playing through the plot, I'm enjoying seeing the what-if scenarios. I'm enjoying seeing the different versions of Goku. And, you know, there's other plots as well that I'm going to play. Now, a lot of people have said the game is supposed to be majorly focused with online play, right? Okay, but the truth is, I don't think I'm ever going to do that. Like, for me, I already have a fighting game in Street Fighter. That's the fighting game franchise I like to play as something competitively online. Just like with Smash Brothers, I don't foresee myself playing this game seriously online. Maybe I'll dabble in a few streams or maybe one stream of just messing with it online to see what it's like. But I don't foresee myself caring. You know, I'm a variety streamer. I'm not going to sit here and dedicate hours and hours to try to learn how to play this game at some kind of a competitive level when it really is insignificant in the realm of competition. It just isn't a real fighting game that people are going to care about, right? So, no, I'm not going to be spending time on it. I am going to be playing through this story mode with Goku. We're going to see how people like it overall. Like, so far, the streams have done good. So if they continue to do well, I'll keep playing. There's all these other storylines. You know, there's Vegeta, there's Gohan, there's Piccolo, there's all these different storylines to play through. And I'd be considering doing that, again, as long as you guys are showing up and hanging out and supporting. I would really appreciate that, all right? So here's the deal. I don't dislike the game, but I just find it hilarious that people were telling me, oh, this is like the best Dragon Ball game ever, and it's such a great fighter. I was like, do you ever even played a fighting game before? This game is nothing like a fighting game. It absolutely is just like an arena masher. And if you're lucky to figure out how to do this insanely overly complex combat engine and master it, good for you. But just know that's going to be you and like maybe like 1,000 people on the planet that care. I don't. You know, it just doesn't, it doesn't have the basics, the foundation to me to be something that's going to be competitive and be worth my time to spend more time with after I mess with the campaign. You know what I'm saying? But again, I feel the same way about Smash Brothers, and tons of people love Smash Brothers. I'm not going to learn it when Street Fighter's my thing, right? So, it's good. I'm going to play more of it, but don't expect me to be going hard into it or anything like that, okay? All right. Of course, you got people complaining in both chats that, oh, it's my fault because I'm not learning the engine. I don't care. Do you understand that I don't care? I really don't care. The game isn't that serious of a game or that good enough of a game that I'm going to invest time to learn it. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? Like Street Fighter, Tekken, hell, even to some extent Mortal Kombat, when they do make games that are good, because this last one was not in Mortal Kombat 1. Dude, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is not a game that I'm going to be investing time in to play at any kind of a competitive or high level. There's no point. You understand? I got a million other things to do that I'm more interested in than spending a ton of time learning this engine, especially when the camera can't even keep up with the action in the game. That's not something I'm making up. The camera literally can't keep up with the gameplay. And that's like step one to making a good competitive game. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. So, that's that. Now, as for Silent Hill 2, we're in the finale. I'm very excited to see how it ends today. I'm not going to basically talk too much about it today because we're going to beat it today. And once we beat it, I'm probably going to talk about it after like a mini review. So I hope that you'll pay attention to that if you're interested in my overall thoughts. And likely I'll even be talking about it like on a show tomorrow as well. But overall, it's a great experience. I'm really loving it. I can't wait to finish it today. Really, it is on the level, in my opinion, of what Resident Evil 2 Remake was. So, you know, very excited. Let's go and let's see the ending today. Stick around after this podcast to see how it all ends. I'm excited to see what ending I get because there's apparently a bunch of endings that you can get. I know I won't get the worst one because I didn't leave Maria alone in the hospital. I went back and checked on her, and that by default cancels you out of the worst ending. So I wonder what ending I actually will get. I guess we'll have to see. Okay, so good stuff there. Now, my schedule for the week is as follows. Today, Silent Hill 2 concludes on the first stream, and then tonight, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster on the late stream. Tomorrow, I am unable to do a daytime stream, and I apologize for that. It's personal stuff going on. Has nothing to do with the business, has nothing to do with anything you guys need to know about. I ask that you would respect that privacy and respect that. If you can't, well, then you must be one of my insanely obsessed detractors who needs to know everything about my life in every waking moment. Obviously, it must be something horrendous that I wouldn't stream tomorrow, right? Right. Anyway, you know, I just won't be here for the first stream tomorrow, and I apologize for that, okay? I will be here tomorrow night, so there will be a late stream on Wednesday night at 6:45 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And, oh, I Stand With Phil, the first contributor of the day, has gifted a sub over on Kick. So thank you very much, I Stand With Phil. All right, I appreciate that very, very much. First contribution. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Thank you so much. Let's get some stuff moving. Let's get our first tip of the day. Let's get our first super chat of the day. Let's get the momentum going here towards our goal for the stream. Okay? Thank you, guys. All right, so tomorrow I'm not here for a day stream, but I will be doing a night stream. Perry the White just gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you, Perry. So thank you to I Stand With Phil and to Perry for getting the momentum going here today. Perhaps we will have a sub train rolling over on Kick, right? Very nice. Okay, so tomorrow night there will be a late stream, all right? And the late stream will be WWE Champions. It's the midweek Wednesday event that they do, and on Wednesday they usually have like a special event going on and a new loot and a new tour and stuff like that. So I hope that you guys will come and hang out with me tomorrow night. I will not be here during the day, but it would be great if you could have a great night stream of WWE Champions with me tomorrow night. Jarhammer, 14 months as a member here on YouTube. Thank you for 14 months of support, Jarhammer. Appreciate that. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. On Thursday, we will come back to normalcy. All right. So on Thursday, the daytime stream will be more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. All right. And then Thursday night, it'll probably be more Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Okay. And then Friday is up in the air. And the reason I say that, if it looks like we can finish Dead Rising, then I'd like to finish it on Friday. I'd like to wrap up the lingering games that we've been playing that we have a chance to finish, because next week, okay, is going to be multiple new releases, all coming out boom, boom, boom at once. And I forgot to add the sub to the goal tracker. What are you talking about? I don't know why I paid attention. Yeah, I'd like to wrap up all the games next week. We've got, on the 25th, the co-release of the new Shadow the Hedgehog game and Call of Duty. But also, in the middle of the week, there's also going to be a horror release of A Quiet Place. Now, I don't know if that game's going to be good or not, but it could be. And I'm debating checking that out. But also, there may be a little bit of downtime in between where I can play some other stuff too. And I like having that flexibility, as opposed to having games that are like lingering forever. Now, I'm not saying we have to rush to finish Dead Rising, but if we beat it, that's great, because then it could give us opportunity to maybe have a few days of freedom to do whatever I want. You know, a few ideas in that regard. We could always go back to some things like the System Shock remake, which we haven't played in months, but maybe it would be cool to go back to it and check it out, right? Because people really liked that playthrough, and we haven't done it in a million years, and maybe just go back and do a random stream of that. Hey, we could even, for variety's sake, we could do a Fallout London stream, because we haven't played that since, you know, I got the new PC in early August, something like that. Or we could squeeze in other horror games. Like some people have asked, hey, would I play Dead by Daylight again? Maybe I would do a one-off stream of Dead by Daylight just to see what it is. People have actually been recommending random horror games for me, and I'm like, well, we do have this, you know, Halloween marathon coming up. And by the way, very soon, we're going to be going through your nominations for the Halloween marathon, and we're going to be figuring out what games to put into the final poll to determine what games I'm playing during my Halloween marathon. Okay, so rest assured that's coming probably within the next couple of days on this show. But yeah, like maybe since we have a kind of an open space before the 25th, we could do some random stuff regarding horror games and stuff like that. Like I'd be down for that. Like 2-3 days in a row, we just play random horror games on the streams for fun, and then at night we either do like a fighting game or WWE Champions or something like that. I think that would be really fun for the week. That way we're not getting too committed into something else before the big new releases come out this month, right? Keep in mind that Xbox presentation is on the 17th in 2 days, and we are fully expecting that they're going to announce the Alan Wake Lake House DLC as well, which I will be playing. So we're going to have a lot of stuff to tackle soon. That's why I said if we can finish Silent Hill and Dead Rising this week, I feel like that would be perfect, okay? So that's the schedule for the week. I hope that sounds good. Saturday is my day off, and moving forward, I'm trying to have Saturday as my day off all the time, and I hope that I can do that. There will be some exceptions. Like, for example, I think in early November... Oh, really? Is the stream set up incorrectly? People are saying my kick stream is set up incorrectly. Oh. All right, let me fix that. I didn't mean for that to happen. It's set to... Is it set to just chatting? No, it says it's set to Silent Hill 2 Remake. Where do I set the type of stream? I don't even know where I do that, because people are saying it's set to just chatting, but it should be gaming. Yeah, according to what I'm seeing in Edit Stream Info, it says Silent Hill 2 Remake. So I don't know what you mean by that. It says that it's set. Are you guys seeing differently? It is set to Silent Hill 2? Okay. Well, I guess he's misinformed then. Anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out with me today. Wow, we have over 300 viewers on YouTube. I haven't even checked yet. Over 300 viewers on YouTube. Thanks for being here. Please give the stream a like if you're on YouTube. We got 45 likes right now. Obviously, I'd like to get that up to like 100 with over 300 viewers. So please like for engagement purposes. And on Kick, we got a good crowd of around 70, I believe, which is not bad. So thanks so much, everyone, for checking me out on the various platforms. I really appreciate that. If you could support in some way, please do. We're trying to hit these goals today and continuing on with the King streak. And get the 20th straight stream hitting the goals, which will lock in our continued ability to do that. Chicken Big Mac DSP tries it this coming Friday. Okay. Okay. Cool. Now, what was I gonna say? Oh, so that's the schedule for the week. I hope that sounds good. And I'm not gonna be here Saturday, but I'm trying to have Saturdays off every week now for consistency. Meaning I would be here Sunday through Friday every single week. Okay? So hopefully we can keep that going, and then people will know when I'm here for the streams. Because right now I know it's been very chaotic the last month. Like, no one knows when I'm going to be here. Neither do I. Okay? So there you go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to begin with our topics for the day. Are you ready for this? So, I think it is time for us to get caught up with Review Tech USA. I haven't spoken about this man in a bit. He has continuously talked about me nonstop. Like, every single stream is about me. Not just about me, but every stream he's mentioning me. Every stream he's watching me. Every stream he's reacting to me. It's literally all he can really get views and attention on now. Essentially, Review Tech USA has become a detractor. All right? Like, actually, this is like his thing now. His shtick. He has literally become a full-time detractor because he cannot get anyone to watch any other content that he puts out, so he just has to sit there and shit on me constantly. Okay? And it's kind of pathetic, to be honest. It was one thing when, like, I was one of his topics, but now I just seem to be the main event every day, and it's pretty sad and pathetic. And before you even say, well, I don't know what you're talking about, Phil, that doesn't sound accurate. So I was watching, or getting caught up with Kino Casino last night, and they were watching Rich, and no exaggeration, here's one of Rich's recent streams. Do you see something there that kind of stands out like a sore thumb? Now, obviously, you're going to be very distracted by Ashton and Andy in their Halloween costumes of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It is distracting, I admit. But if you look directly below me here, you'll notice he literally turned on his computer monitor, and that's what he put on the screen. Okay? And that's literally every day he's doing this now. And it's like, wait a minute. First of all, I just want to think about this, all right? The first thing that Rich thinks about when he sets up his streams is my accident on May 1st, 2016. Something that happened 8.5 years ago. 8.5 years ago. He actually thinks it's like pertinent to today. Right, and that it affects me that he puts that. I mean, I literally have the emote in my Kick chat right now. People are using it, right? So he actually thinks that, like, this is hurting me when he does it. Like, it's some significant thing. Like, oh, right? Like, oh, you really got me there, Rich. Something that's 8.5 years outdated. And I owned up to, and literally it didn't even hurt me in the moment when it happened. But here you are, 8.5 years later, and this is your big thing, your big shtick, your big jab at me. The best part is that's not even the screenshot from the event. That's just like a random screenshot from content that I did recently. And that's probably the face I made watching him. Right? But that's the face that he's got on his screen all the time now on his show. Like, wow, that's that's telling, right? By the way, I just received a $5 tip from One Sick Puppy for the Double Chicken Big Mac Fund. I'm doing my part. Use the Starship Trooper Soldier voice if it helps. Oh, I don't know the Starship Trooper Soldier voice to do it. Thank you for that, One Sick Puppy. The first tip of the day, and we get some animations. I'll be honest, I do miss doing these tip animations because remember, people used to tip frequently. Before I started doing the dual streaming between YouTube and Kick, it was a lot of tips coming in as support. And now that's kind of slowed down because now the support is kind of split all over the place. And I miss doing these animations. I set them up all nice for the month. I want to get more. So guys, today tip so we can see some nice animations. If you're choosing, gee, how should I support Phil? Send me a tip today. Let's get some more of these animations going. Okay? So thank you, One Sick Puppy, the first tipper of the day there. Got you up on the leaderboard. I should definitely once again refresh my animations page because it's lagging bad. Holy crap, that took forever. Okay, so as you can see, it's certainly not like this guy has moved on from me or learned a thing. Literally, his shtick every day is, how do I dump on Phil? How do I react to Phil? But I'm not here. I'm literally not here to react to his reactions to me and respond, because nothing he says or does is intelligent. He doesn't have any intelligence. There's nothing to really react to. What I want to just do is react to some random observations. And I actually have some timestamps here. Right here. That I want to check. First of all, this is great. So this is when Ashton and Andy start watching him. Okay? Just listen. Just listen. I don't have to say anything. Just listen. You ready? Oh, by the way, Ted had done a super chat. I missed it, Ted. I'm sorry. There was a $2 Canadian super chat, which I think is the equivalent of like $1.50. Because the Canadian is a little bit less than the US dollar. So thank you for that, Ted. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I missed it. It was a super sticker. Thank you, Ted. Okay. All right. Now, I just want to assure you all, I did not set this up. This is me playing Kino Casino raw, and they're just playing his clip raw. No one has edited the audio here. This is actually what Review Tech Show sounds like. Are you ready? Get ready. Prepare yourself. In 3, 2, 1.
Bring it back to the beginning. Let's play this.
Why?
Bring it back. Here it is. This is the comedic stylings.
I like big dicks.
I'm sizable.
I like big dicks. I like big dicks. I like big dicks. I like big dicks.
If you told me this.
This is what he does on his show. This is his actual show. No one has edited it. They're playing it cold. I'm playing it cold, unedited. This is Rich's content. That he has a soundboard and he just sits there mashing fart sounds and I like big dicks, cucumbers. To him, that's content. That's entertainment for you. Not even like speaking over. Just that's it. Here we go. I like big dicks. I like big dicks. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on? Right? Like, you're absolutely insane. This is content to him. By the way, thank you. I received a $5 Canadian super chat from Dark Ethan. Thank you to Dark Ethan. That's the biggest super chat of the day now. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Since it's Canadian, we'll say it's like $4.25. Because it really is about $4.25 per Canadian dollar. So that'll get us up to $20 so far today. Thank you all. Thank you all. Let's get some support going, everyone. Let's get some subs over on Kick. Let's get some tips coming in. Some super chats. Thank you. And like the stream on YouTube. All right. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. That's his show. That's how he opens his show. And then he plays his laugh track. You know, like, imagine if I just had a soundboard and I start my podcast and I just keep pressing buttons. Right? Like, that's my opening. This is my content. I don't talk. I don't have topics. Just, here we go. Oh, I like big dicks. Oh, yeah. Suck, cock. Anyway, so he starts talking about me. He has an interesting name drop. I have all these timestamps to go through. It's around the 1 minute, 28 second mark. So let's get to that. Here we go.
Really, I am stoned tonight, Philip.
I am stoned tonight, Philip. I am stoned tonight, Philip. All right. So what's that a reference to? Because I told him that if he was going to be on my show as a guest on my podcast, that he had to be sober. And I think you can understand why I wanted that now that you can see this is how he is in his own content. Like, when he's high, he's playing fart noises. He's playing suck dick, cucumber up my ass. He's fucking, his eyes are barely open, as you can see. Look at his eyes. His eyes are completely like this because he can't keep them open because he's so goddamn high. By the way, you saw what he was drinking? That is a weed seltzer. That is a seltzer that contains, I guess, like weed or THC or something in it. Sometimes he's constantly popping these THC gummies. On stream, he's doing it live. It's not like he's hiding it. He's just actively doing this. So, why would I want him on my podcast acting like that? It would be a complete waste of time, right? But you heard what he said. So just think about this. I have nothing to do with this man's content at all. I'm not on the show. I'm not involved. He's got my face right there constantly. and he's literally talking to me. Right? He's talking to me. I'm not there, Rich. Like, you're not coming on the show. You're done. That's done. You're never coming on the show. In fact, you're banned from my show. Like, you will never be a part of the Level 1 podcast ever. You're the first person to officially be felted and banned off the show. You'll never come on. You understand? So, why are you speaking to me about being high? You could do whatever you want with your own life and become a miserable wretch that everyone laughs at and throws the fucking rotten vegetables at when you're in the streets or whatever. And if you catch some of those vegetables and you happen to eat them for sustenance or whatever, which it seems like that's what you're doing to stay afloat, I mean, go for it. That's the equivalent of the detractors coming and throwing you money on your shit streams where you get like 200 to 300 viewers. Like, no exaggeration, guys. Right now, I have 350 viewers on YouTube, and I have over 70 viewers and climbing on Kick, and we're just getting started with the Rich segment, so you know the attendance is going to go up. I have more viewers right now than he had on his stream. So the only people that check him out are people who are detractors and people who clip him for content because no one wants to watch his content. Because there is none. You understand? There's no content here. So yeah, I love this. He's talking about me. Phil, I'm high. I'm not there, Rich. I'm not. That's not really me behind you, Rich. I don't hear you. I only hear you because I just decided to check out Kino Casino last night and they did a segment on you. And so now I've heard this days later. But you understand that, like, he's living in this weird, like, fever dream high world where he thinks that he's talking to me and I care. Now, do you see how in his head I am? I'm behind him his entire show. I'm in his thoughts and his mouth. He's talking to me during his show. This is very, very bizarre behavior. This is like, we need to have like an analyst, you know, a psychoanalyst look at this and figure out what exactly is going on here. Because, I mean, you get to the point where, like, it's kind of like the same thing with DOODY, where he obsesses over me so much. It's like, something's wrong here to the point of, like, this is a mania. This is no longer like, oh, he thinks it's funny to make fun of me. This is like a mania at this point that needs to be diagnosed, right? Okay. All right, got another timestamp. I got a bunch of timestamps to skip around. Let's get to this one. I really wish that you could, like, just go right to the timestamp, but apparently you can't. I want to go 131, but I can't get to 131. I guess we'll start here.
He's left in the camp to defend Queen Keffels. It's just him and
I don't care about... I don't know anything about the Keffel situation. I keep hearing things about this. I don't know about it. How do you do 10-second fast forward? Is it L?
And it's because he wants to fuck Keffels.
Yeah. Or
that doesn't work
Fox.
apparently on Kick.
It's fucked.
We're almost to the point here.
What
Here
an L.
What?
It is!
Fuck?
You know, at least he admits it.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I don't know. For the record, I know nothing about this Keffel situation. I know he's mentioned it. I've heard the Kino guys mention it. It's like, no thanks.
At least he has the gift bag.
Oh, it's the arrow keys.
Too. The irony in that. What does she have, like me and Tipster?
It's the arrow keys. Thank you. Garziak says check the arrow keys. Here we go.
Shit!
At least he has the decency to admit it. Such a fucking L.
This is condensed lol count 'em.
No,
Like,
it really
like
is. I
Chris-
really
it's like a
made
diamond.
Maybe I have the wrong
crazy
timestamp.
super cut here where just every bit of it is gold.
What?
Every bit of it is just the purest, most concentrated Dickers cringe that you could imagine.
Jesus.
Uh-oh, fart.
What?
Oh my god.
That's what I was looking for. Uh-oh, fart?
I can't unpause it without pausing it again. Going, what?
Bring it back. Bring
What
it
is
back.
going on,
Bring it
dude?
back.
Too. The irony in that. What does she have, like me and Tipster? Holy shit, what an L. Uh-oh, fart.
Who just says out of nowhere, oh, fart?
I don't even know what that means. Uh-oh, fart? Is that supposed to be a joke? Or is that a comment to something he's saying? Or did he actually fart? Does he say, uh-oh, fart, and then fart on his show? You know, maybe that's the reason my face looks like that behind him, because he's positioned that monitor behind him. So he's just letting loose during the show. Uh-oh, fart. And then my face, oh, even virtual Phil who's not even alive, cringes and reacts to, oh, God. Like, what is going on? I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is bizarre behavior. Okay, I think this, yeah, here we go. Oh, this is good. This is a good part right here.
Fuck.
I
The
tried the
super
Krabby
chat.
Patty burger on Friday and it wasn't.
I tried the Krabby Patty burger on Friday and it wasn't. Wait a minute. Rich tried the Krabby Patty burger? Why did Rich try the Krabby Patty burger? Because I said I was going to try the Krabby Patty burger and I didn't. So Rich has to go out of his way to get it, to like be a part of it. Like, again, you see this weird, bizarre obsession, this mania. So because Darkside Phil was going to get the Krabby Patty burger, Rich had to go get the Krabby Patty burger and eat it and taste it himself. Like, you know, you didn't have to. And Rich, by the way, you probably shouldn't have. Just saying. The situation you're in there, you probably shouldn't have eaten the Krabby Patty burger. Like, I can eat the Krabby Patty burger. It ain't going to really affect me. You know, I'm only around 10 pounds overweight. You shouldn't be eating that shit, dude.
Anything.
Krabby Patty.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, I'm getting tons of support.
I
Wait.
wasn't anything great.
Wait, look at this. You
The
are
super
literally
chat.
seething because he actually got money to eat the stupid burger, while you are lucky if you get $300 a stream. Nobody cares except you. You are literally crying in an overweight child. Is what.
And this is what I mean. Like, that's absolutely true. Ladies and gentlemen, no one cares that I didn't eat the Krabby Patty burger except my detractors because they have nothing to say about me anymore. Every stream, I'm hitting my goals. Every stream, I'm getting views. I'm winning. I'm making good content. Everyone is watching and enjoying the content, right? Do I have a million views? Of course not, but I never have, and I don't need that. I can be massively successful without having a ginormous audience because people appreciate the time and effort I put into my work, right? And this is killing the detractor community. They can't fucking take it. They can't believe it. Like, they actually think that this is like a giant plan. To this day, they're still saying, listen to this. They're still saying that Kino Casino is setting me up. Like, this is still a Carrie-like situation where the pig's blood is going to dump out of the sky onto my head. They're still saying that. They can't cope with the fact, they can't handle the fact that actually things are going well for me, that things are nice, right? That things are getting better. I mean, I have 360 viewers on YouTube. I have over 70 plus viewers on Kick. I've got people enjoying the content, watching it everywhere. I've got people supporting me from multiple different directions and multiple different ways. I got people who want to be on my podcast as an interview. I just can't get them scheduled because they're so fucking slippery like eels, right? But like, things are very different. And these people can't handle it. So to them, the fact that the Krabby Patty burger couldn't be delivered to my home, so instead I ordered the Addams Family meal, which was better for both for content and as a reward because there were more food items that I taste tested. To them, that is the ultimate betrayal. How dare Phil promise one thing and deliver another, right? Despite the fact that what I delivered was better than what I originally promised. It's the equivalent of, hey, I'm promising you I'm going to give you $10 at the end of the week, and instead I handed you a 20. But you'd be upset because I promised you 10. How dare you only hand me 20 when I said you said you were going to give me 10? Wait, what are you talking about? I give you something better. No, I'm upset because you gave me something you didn't originally promise. It doesn't make any sense. You understand? It makes no sense at all. Zero. So these people have no argument. But again, Rich has become a detractor. Like, he can't see the reason behind anything anymore. Any detractor, any meme that a detractor comes up with, he's on board for it. 100% hook, line, and sinker. So he actually went and he got a Krabby Patty meal to talk about it and act like, see, DSP couldn't do this, but I can. Like, no one gives a fuck. Like, literally no one cares about this Krabby Patty meal at all. No one. We're half a week later, right? Like, that was supposed to happen on Saturday. It's fucking Tuesday. And we still got people talking about this. Like, get out of here. Get a life, right? What the hell are you talking about? You're insane. You're still talking about Krabby Patties. Like, talk about mania. Talk about obsession over minutia that no logical human cares about. That's how these people operate, and that's what Rich has become, sadly. Really ridiculous, right? In fact, I recommend you watch the Addams Family DSP Tries It if you haven't seen it yet. It's really, really good. But what I like is the person who super chats him, right? So he gets some income for this, and they just completely destroy him, right? You say, you stream so infrequently, you barely make $300 a stream. Phil streamed all week, making thousands and thousands of dollars. Nobody cares about this except you. You're crying like an overweight child. He's so upset about the Krabby Patty. No one cares except my detractors and Rich, because Rich is a detractor. Okay? It's that simple. Rich is a detractor at this point. There's no disputing it. He's full on become a detractor full time because he has nothing else to do in his content. Okay. Here, oh, this is a good one. You gotta love this, right?
Like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You fired him on his birthday without even fucking paying him. Tried to scam him.
So what Ashton is doing, he's talking about all the bad things that Rich has done recently. Not even just all the things over time, but the thing he did recently this year, okay?
You tried to send a computer full of, like, malicious shit to Phil as well.
Yep. Apparently, and again, I wasn't aware of that at the time, that he was trying to send me a key-logged computer, but everyone tells me it's true, so I have to believe them, right? I didn't receive the computer, but apparently his editor did, and it was key-logged, so...
It's crazy. It won't unpause. My computer's like, please don't make me unpause this.
What? Like, what sort of technical hell are we going through today, guys? Like...
I know. I'm just trying to...
Up any of that bullshit, but
we're going into it.
I'll say one thing flat out. Let's compare.
Here we
what
go.
happens.
Oh.
One thing. So here he goes. So he starts going like, let's compare what I did to other people. So Dickers, just to let you know, just because other people did bad stuff that's worse doesn't mean you didn't do bad things.
Exactly. And this is the thing with Rich. This is why Rich thinks he's better than me, okay? Because Rich's argument is that, well, Phil lied to his audience about WWE champions. Phil, for years, was playing the game and spending money on the game while he was crying to his audience, I need support to pay my bills. Now, when I said that, it was literally true. I was going through bankruptcy. I was going through all these hard times, these bad times, right? Now, I've already admitted to you guys, yes, I played WWE champions. I've spent money on that game, too. But what I've also told you is that the spending that my detractors tell you is real is fake. Okay? They're wrong. They never had any tracking of my spending or anything at all. They don't know what they're talking about. They've always lied and over-exaggerated. Did I spend money on the game? Yes, I did. Did I own that old account? Yes, I did. I used to own it. Okay? I've owned up to that. Literally no one cares anymore. At one point, maybe when the revelation happened, maybe at first people were like, oh God, no one cares. And the thing is, that's my worst offense ever. That I spent money on a mobile game when I was streaming for free and asking for support from my viewers, and they gave it to me so that I could pay my bills and get through a tough financial time, that I happened to also spend some money on a mobile game. All right? Now, everyone knows this now, and everyone's okay with it, but the detractors aren't, because the detractors, this was what they had on me, right, for years and years. When it's finally revealed that Phil was really doing all of this, everyone's going to hate him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look. I have 384 viewers on my stream. I have 73 viewers on Kick. Are you guys leaving in droves now because we just said that? Is this the end of the world? You know what I'm saying? Is this really like, you hate my guts? Of course not. People are coming and still hanging out and watching and supporting. I've got 19 straight streams that you've supported me and I've hit all my goals, correct? So their argument is just a big fallacy. People don't dislike me because I admitted to making mistakes in the past and apologized for them. And the mistakes aren't a big deal. Most people admit, okay, it's not that big of a deal. Big deal that Phil did this, right? So what he'll say is, well, you see, sure, I did awful things, but they're not as bad as Phil's. Wrong. You now understand that the one thing that anyone ever has on me, which is that one thing, that's it, is not a big deal at all. Nobody gives a fuck, right? So what he does now is he starts to compare himself to all these other people that have done worse things than him. But the point, Rich, is that people don't dislike you because they only know that you've done bad things, right? Like, they know that other people have done bad things too. They dislike you because the bad things you've done are heinous things that no one agrees with, and they hate you for it. People understand that I've done some bad things, and they're like, it's not that big deal. move on. Now that Phil has admitted to it, fine. The elephant in the room has been revealed. We can move on from it and no one cares. But he can never move past his shit because people don't forgive him for what he's done because his shit he's done is so much worse, right? But now he'll say, well, what about people who did worse things than me? No, Rich, that's not how it works. Because people have done worse things than you, it doesn't negate what you've done, right? Just because Hitler existed doesn't mean that the guy who only killed 5 people is okay. That's not how it works in life. It's you did heinous shit, you got to live up to it, fess up to it, and improve for the better, and you haven't done that at all. Instead, you sit there coping high all day, begging your audience for contributions while trying to make fun of others who are your fucking betters. Rich, I am your better. Rich, guess what? Are you ready for this one? Wings of Redemption and Boogie and Keemstar, they're all your betters. Don't you understand that? They're all better than you. Every single fucking one of the people you make fun of is better than you. You're just the lowest of the fucking low and you can't figure it out. Why? Everyone has told you. You want to know why? Because he sits there with my detractors grabbing his balls and stroking his dick. That's his stream, is detractor heaven. He sits there while the detractors are fluffing him. Fluffing him constantly. It's like, what the fuck? How do you not see past your own nose? He can't. He doesn't understand that's his entire stream. Dude, you have 1 million subs on YouTube and you're getting 300 views on a stream and you're making less money than Darkside Phil. You're a failure and a loser. You have no right to sit there and try to make fun of others all day on your stream, dude. You're an embarrassment not only to the content creation community, you're an embarrassment to humanity as a whole. How do you not get it? Everyone's laughing at you because they're all better than you. Holy shit, man.
It's and also, if we're going to accept your argument on that, then you need to shut the fuck up about Phil.
Exactly.
Because there are way worse fucking people than Phil out there. There's Ralph, and like this is the thing, like Dickers. What like he picks and chooses which side of that argument he wants to believe.
That's
but
right.
What he says here is some of the most insane shit I've ever heard.
Thank you, Suffa Horse, who has gifted a membership over on Kick. I appreciate that, Suffa Horse. Thank you so much. Still only 1 per person. No one changes the leaderboard because the top sub gifter today is still just 1 sub. If someone gives 2 or more, then we'll change that on the leaderboard there.
All right.
To me, to things like what other people have been caught doing this year.
Here we go.
It's like there's way crazier pedophiles. And whoa, what? Dickers? Like
Dickers, what?
What do you mean? Like listen. Wow.
Yeah, and that's the thing is if the argument is other people did worse, he's confessing he did all this shit.
Right.
He's saying he did it all, but it's okay because Dr. Disrespect is bad.
And that's the funny part is I have confessed the stuff that I've done wrong and no one cares anymore. Everyone's cool with it except my detractor community because, again, they need something to keep making content on, so they keep beating the dead horse that the literal rest of the world doesn't care about. The thing is, no one has forgiven him at all because the shit he's done is so fucked up, right? I mean, we watched the documentary. Just watch the documentary react that I did with these guys over on my DSP Reacts channel back in August, and you'll see the shit he did, the heinous stuff over the years, way, way worse than the shit that he criticizes me for. Yet somehow he thinks that because I played WWE Champions and spent money on a mobile game during a time when also I was taking contributions to pay my bills for my viewing audience, that this is the most heinous action ever compiled by any human, right? So there you go. Pochita96, the gameplay usually starts around 1 p.m. Pacific time, FYI. Okay. Moving forward, because now we have so many timestamps, I don't even think I'm going to be able to do all of these. Let's see. 143, I think, was one.
Putting the keyloggers in the computer.
There they go. They're talking about what he's done.
Accusing us of hacking him without any evidence and being a filthy liar. He believes this entitles him to millions of dollars in compensation.
What the fuck?
Oh, didn't he say that he should be rich or yeah, he said something like, I should be rich. If everyone else is rich and they're a scumbag, well, I should also be rich. Wait, what? So because you're admitting you're a scumbag, you think you should be rich? He's angry that people like Dr. Disrespect, is rich, and he's not. So he's upset about that, and he wants the money that he has.
That's it.
His name is Rich, but he's not affluent. We're getting confused. His name is Rich, but he's not rich. He's not affluent. He's not financially well off. He wishes he was financially well off, like people who are better than him, like Dr. Disrespect and stuff. He's very upset that people bigger than him have been exposed for heinous things, and they're still rich and he's still poor. There you go.
It would be like if you promise us to play plumbers, then last minute you decide to play something else.
What the fuck did he just say? Plus, the plumbers and plus, and
So he's trying to say that Phil promising to eat the Krabby Patty
Oh my
and
God.
instead eating the Burger King meal would be like if he promised to play Plumbers Don't Wear Ties and then played something else.
Okay, who cares?
I mean,
all right, he didn't eat the Krabby Patty. Crucify him on the cross.
put him on the cross.
I just... Is there real... Okay, I have a serious question. No. I have to ask this. Okay? Has life become so easy for humanity? Life has become so easy. Humanity doesn't need to do anything to survive anymore. You don't have to gather resources. You don't have to hunt. You don't have to fight for safety for yourself or your family, right? There's not like a giant fighting for resources anymore. So life has become so easy for human beings, correct? The biggest thing for some people to be talking about and caring about this week was that instead of me going to Wendy's and buying the Krabby Patty meal and doing a taste test of it, I instead ordered the Addams Family meal from Burger King and did a taste of that instead. This is actually the big thing that certain humans have talked about this week. This is the big event of their life. Do you see what happens when humanity has become such a, how can I say, insulated, protected, coddled entity? Humanity, it's so easy for humans. Like right now outside, there's animals outside, and they're scraping by. I need to get food today. What am I going to do? Shit, I got to go hunt a rat and eat the rat for food. Oh, man, I got to go scavenging for nuts and berries out of the trees. I got to bury that shit because the winter's coming up, and I want to survive over the winter. It's life or death for me. To do this, I have to survive. But for Review Tech and my detractors, the big thing they have to do is talk about how Darkside Phil didn't eat a Krabby Patty meal. And by the way, God forbid that ever happened, that we all get to that level as humans. We all like our comforts and being insulated. But if that ever happened, I'm pretty sure at least I could make like a college try effort to go out and try to survive. Like I'd try to learn how to fish or hunt or gather. You really think Review Tech would be doing that? No, he'd roll down the hill into a gutter and just fucking, disintegrate. There's no THC to consume, so that would be the end of his existence, At least I would make an honest try to survive this fucking guy. But man, Phil is so bad. He's such a heinous villain, and I gotta make fun of him. This is the content, right? So anyway, thank you to Cave Teeth, $10 super chat over on YouTube. He says, yeah, I had that drop box, and I tried to frame others for it, but DSP didn't eat the Krabby Patty meal, said Dickers. Exactly. Just unreal. The stuff that he's done is no big deal because, I didn't eat a Krabby Patty this week. That's what humanity is concerned with, right? So thank you very much for that, Cave Teeth. I mean, I have tons of timestamps. We could jump around and keep watching. But I feel like we already spent so much time on it. Maybe we'll get back to this later in the week because I have funny shit. Yeah, he wants to get paid to go on LOLCOW Live. He thinks he should be paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to appear on LOLCOW Live. I'm not kidding you. He actually thinks he should get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to appear on that show. Keep in mind, I was offered $50,000 to be the part of the show. He wants $100,000 just to appear on the show, and he's being serious too. What's up, Jade? Good morning, Jade. Let's see. I've had enough. You know what? I've just had enough of it. I've really had enough of it. All right. By the way, What's the next plan for Rich? What's the next thing he's doing? Would you like to know? Hold on. He posted this morning. He already edited it, but the original post was basically up until the last 2 sentences of this on X, but then he edited it to add the last 2 sentences. So Rich has posted this up this morning. I think by the end of this month, I will be shutting down my Review Tech USA YouTube channel. I'm not 100% on this yet, but I truly think it's time. It's a relic from a different era, and it's time to completely close the door on that chapter of my life. I will let you know where live stream clips will go next month. Those will still happen. Okay? So he actually wants to delete his YouTube channel with 1 million subs because he doesn't want to actually make meaningful content anymore. Like, he's actually admitting in this post publicly that it's over for him. He no longer can make actual content. He just wants to sit there high all day, you know, streaming garbage for my detractors. Like, that's it. He just wants to become a detractor entertainer. That's the end of it. That's his existence from now on. He actually thinks that that's going to, like, make him a living and pay his bills for the rest of his life. He actually believes this, right? Keep in mind that there's been 1 million of those, right? And how many have really been able to do it long term? Not many. There's a few, but not many. And they're starting to get demonetized now. So I don't know what he actually thinks he's doing. But the funny part about it is, here's the thing. You look at this and you say, I believe this. Do you want to know the truth? I don't believe this at all. At all. 100% I don't believe this. Do you want to know why I think he posted this up? Because if you remember, last week when I felted this motherfucker on the show, what did I say? I said, Rich, if you were to delete all of your content off of the internet, no one would care. Like, literally, it wouldn't matter. If you deleted all of your shit off the internet right now, there would not be a great loss. And nothing of value would be lost because all you've ever done is made crap, right? So he posted this up because he wanted to get a stroking of his ego. That's exactly what this is. Gee, I wonder if what Phil said is true. Let me post this up. So what he wanted to see a train of replies. He wanted to see his fans sitting here crying that he's going to delete his content. Now, what's funny is some people actually legitimately do like the guy. That's a bad idea. Keep it open. You'll get residual AdSense. To Lolcow live clips, you can move to Lolcow now. Right? Thanks for the times you mentioned me on your channel. It meant a lot to me. Can I buy your channel? Right? You still have plenty of videos people like to go back to and revisit. This is what he wanted. He wanted the stroking comments. He was looking for the woe is me, I'm depressed, I'm giving up sob story to be responded to by his viewers as, no, please, Rich, please don't delete your channel. We love you so much. So then he can come back and he can be like, oh, you see, people do still care about me. So I'm not going to delete my content because look at these people who are stroking me and saying that. So this is his pathetic attempt at attention. This is not, I'm actually like in the dumps and I want to delete my content. I've been defelted and defeated. This is, oh, I need to get some kind of a boost. I want someone to stroke me. So let me put up a sob story, comment on my timeline and hopefully some people will, oh, I like it. In reality, more than half of the content or the clips here are basically people kind of making fun of him, right? Or just saying, nah, who cares? Or at least get the AdSense, right? But in truth, he's not getting any money on those videos. You want to know what the truth is? Content like his is very, very timely in the moment, but it only ever gets views in the moment, all right? So, for example, let me give you an example here, okay? If I'm playing Silent Hill 2 Remake, I will get views day one. I will get views over the week. I'll get views over the month. And then there's people who residually come watch that playthrough over time. Why? Because it's timeless. A video game playthrough is timeless. You can watch it whenever you want, and it's still pertinent. If Rich is doing a react video to me or a react video to the news or something, it's only timely to that moment. In 3 months' time, no one cares about what Rich said about me 3 months ago. They want to see what he's going to say about me today. So he has to keep making that content to be timely. His entire content farm that he has on his channel makes him no money because it doesn't get residual views because no one goes back to watch his old videos because they're all pointless. He literally just kept pooping in the same spot over and over, and he amassed a pile of shit that no one ever wants to go back to and see. They want to keep walking away from it. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck cares about 10 years of garbage that isn't pertinent to today? That's why it doesn't matter if he deletes his channel or not. No one will care because nothing of value will literally be lost. So it's pretty fucking sad that this is what's become of this man. But I really don't believe he's going to delete his channel at all. I think he's full of shit. I think this is him looking for attention. All right. Now, very briefly, because I really don't want to harp on this next thing fat. We're going to do this very quickly, I promise you. So, I had told you guys, jokingly, all right, that DOODY streams, well, you know, a lot of people are calling him my top detractor, which I find hilarious. Like, this is a competition now. Like, who's the biggest A-logger of Phil? Who's the biggest harasser of Phil? Who's the biggest person who wastes their life making fun of Phil, right? I told you guys jokingly, he made 9 videos about the Krabby Patty, all right? Jokingly, I said this. First off, you'll notice something as you scroll down and you look at all his content. He didn't make any of it. Literally all of DOODY Stream's content, he pays for someone else to make. Like, maybe I would believe he made this one because it looks terrible, right? But, like, these thumbnails, he didn't make this. He didn't make this. He doesn't do that. He pays someone. Look at his layout. He pays someone to make all his content for him. So, literally, his channel is a purchased detractor channel. There's nothing in it whatsoever of value because it's all someone else's work slapped together. You understand? It's pretty funny. Now, I was jokingly saying DOODY Streams, okay, made 9 videos about the Krabby Patty. Let's play a little game called Did DOODY Do It? All right? Let's play a game. Did DOODY do it? Let's actually, because I have not looked at his channel, all right? So we're going to scroll down. All right, so this is before. Okay, good. This is before me talking about the Krabby Patty, correct? Yeah, here's a metaphor. Okay, so let's go. Let's see here. Look at the nice, completely invented thumbnail of my wife. You know, complete bullshit. This is not what she looks like, but there you go. DSP rages for an hour over review tech dumping on him. Blames DOODY and slanders Rich. No, what I did is I felted Rich for an hour. And it was very fun. I didn't rage about him. I made fun of him. It was a good time. I had a good time. I got to make fun of the guy who's been a bully to me for a decade. And I had a lot of fun doing it, and people enjoyed it. That's not what happened. But, of course, that's all of his content, right? Okay, I'm trying to find... This is funny. Oh, God. I didn't even see this. DSP finds a new way to beg, creates a card account, and plans to spam his chat with it. Does DOODY even know what a card account is? A card account is literally a website where you just put all of your links together on one page so people can find it. There's literally nothing there that's new. There's nothing on the page that says, hey, click here to pay Phil or click here to do that. It's just listing links. How is that a new way to beg? This is like if I made a business card with information on it, right? And I just handed it out. That's what card is. That's what card means. It's supposed to be like a virtual business card. So what the fuck does that even mean? Again, there's nothing to anything he says. He gets 9,000 views. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think he gets these views anymore. Now, I have no evidence of this, of course. I totally am starting to believe that this guy is like viewbotting himself. Or, I mean, he pays for everything else on his channel. He pays for his thumbnail. He pays for the animations. He pays for the layout. It stands to reason he pays for the views, right? Because I really cannot believe that this fucking insanely bad clipped video of me, 11 minutes, me talking about card, that's the most boring thing possible. That's a thing only my big fans would care about card, because all it is a way to find all of my stuff. How could you, like, I just don't understand at all why 9,000 fucking idiots would have watched that video. Like, for some people, you'd look at views like that's like a badge of success. This is a badge of, like, retardation. It's like, what the fuck? 9,000 people fucking watched that? Why? This is for a few hundred people to know where my information is. It's, like, I just... I don't understand it at all. I'm so lost. How could that, you know what I'm saying? Like, huh? All right, anyway, to try to get to what we're getting. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's the first video. Oh, by the way, here we go again. Look at this. Again, completely fake. But the first Krabby Patty video was 6 days ago. Okay, so there's 1. 2. Here's 2. He had a podcast about it, so that's 2. What the fuck is this? What is this? I'm not even going to ask. Does he think that that's a woman that would come for him? No. No, DOODY. Women don't speak with you at all. Trust me. There's no woman on this planet that would speak with DOODY. Okay? So that's 2. 3. 4. We got 4. Inside the Detractor world, DOODY streams on Kino, Casino, and Lalcal Live. I don't know what this is. This isn't his video. Why is it on his channel? That's bizarre. How did he get someone else's video on his channel? Well, anyway, that's 4. 5, because this, here we go. 5. All right, wait a minute. This one's not about it. This is about me streaming on Kit. So that's 5. Okay, well, here's the thing. Wait, it's part 1 and 2? I'm so confused. Okay, 6. No, wait. Is that? Oh, yes, it is. No, wait, that's not. That's not. By the way, on what planet do I look like that? On what planet do I look like that? DOODY, you superimposed my face. I can't get it to stop doing that. You superimposed my face on, like, Rich's body or Boogie's body or Wings' body. You know, like, what are you... How is that me? Do you have eyes? I weigh 195 pounds. I'm 10 pounds overweight. What are you... It doesn't even make sense. Right? Okay, oh, here we go. So this is what, 6? DOODY calls the Wendy's near DSP's home to confirm he lied. So that's 6. 7. Here's 7, because there's the Burger King crust. So that's 7 videos. 8. That's 8 videos. Wait a minute. It's 8. Okay, wait. 9. Are you kidding me? 9. I swear. No, everyone. I swear to God. I have to promise you something. I didn't watch this beforehand. I swear to God, I did not look at his page beforehand. I guessed 9 videos. All right? I guessed 9. So this is 9 videos. 10 videos. 10 videos. DOODY streams made 10 fucking videos about the Krabby Patty meal. He made 10 videos about it. Right? Like, are you kidding me? 10 fucking videos about the Krabby Patty meal? I was joking when I said 9. He made 10. Is there anything even left to say at this point? But by the way, like, that's the kind of guy that Rich wants to be like. Like, Rich is like, I got to go all in on this content. I want to be a full-time DSP detractor. That's who I want to be associated with. The people who made 10 videos within 4 days. Because that was what? It said 6 days ago to 2 days ago. 10 videos within 4 days about the Krabby Patty meal. Literally, my fans, on the day that it was going to be, I said, okay, guys, I can't do it because they're not delivering it anymore. For some reason, it's not in the app. So instead, I'm going to get the Addams Family meal, and I'm not just going to do the burger. I'm going to do the whole menu for you guys. And everyone in chat was like, oh, really? That's awesome. That's amazing. You're going to do the whole menu? That's cool. So I order it, and then all of a sudden, one by one during the day, here come the sock accounts. Literally, not a single fan of mine complained. It was every sock account after sock account after sock account after sock account. You know what I'm saying? It was absolutely insane. Oh no. I'm still learning about kick. I'll talk about this in a second. But anyway, yeah, so the whole deal is this is so insane. The only people who would obsess over that Krabby Patty thing are people like DOODY. Again, people who hyper obsess over minutia that don't matter, and they turn it into the biggest thing in existence. They're humans who literally have not a care in the world. Probably DOODY I mean, you have to think that DOODY is set somehow financially, because if he could sit around and make 10 videos about the Krabby Patty meal in 4 days, and he doesn't have anything else to do, and he has money to pay for the avatars, pay for the thumbnails, pay for the layout, pay for all the AI generated content. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's doing this, it's obvious that he doesn't have like a job or anything, right? Or any responsibilities in life. So that's the way that these people can get the kind of attention they get, is to just sit there and have, I can micro analyze minutia that no one gives a shit about and act like it's the most important thing on the planet. It's just insane. Anyway, I guess we've had enough fun with these idiots, right? I mean, that's enough for me. That's what I mean. Like, people say to me, well, Phil, why don't you check out your detractors more often, right? Like, don't you, every day they're making content on you. Dude, that was my whole show. We didn't even go, like, I had, like, a bunch of other timestamps to look at for Rich, and we didn't even get to them. Because, do you really want to? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very exhausting to me. This whole kind of content, going around and following the detractors and what they're doing, very exhausting to me. Because it's so pointless. You know what I'm saying? It's so fruitless and pointless. Like, there's no point to any of it. And they're just such losers in life. They've got nothing positive going on for them. Obviously, if all you can do is make 10 videos about the most innocuous little, insignificant thing, you don't have any positivity in your life. People who are busy with positive things don't hyper-focus on tiny negatives. You see, to them, oh, darn, Phil didn't have the Krabby Patty meal. Oh, but he's doing the Burger King meal? Great. Okay. Wait, Phil is not doing the Krabby Patty meal? And it's like a nuclear bomb goes off in the background. But in reality, normal people don't give a fuck about any of this. They just laugh at these people. And that's what you should do. You should point and laugh at the DOODY. You get it? Like, literally, you should just point and laugh at the DOODY. And say, that motherfucker made 10 videos about a Krabby Patty meal in a week. Right? Really? I'm being told another detractor has crazy thumbnails and he must be paying an artist to make them. I wouldn't be surprised. Really? No lie, I wouldn't be surprised if they're paying people to put out content like that. You know what I'm saying? Someone tipped $1 and says, your detractors actually hate review tech. He went to war with them, but DOODY is one who slurps his PP to farm content out of him, and RTU slurps DOODY's PP as protection from detractors and to say he has a buddy detractor. You see how sick this whole situation is? And again, this is why I really don't want to be constantly in this sphere. Because what do they call it? They call it the drama sphere, but there's another, the sector, I think they call it. Why would I want to be involved in that? Right? Like, seriously? Why would I want to be involved in this all the time? Like, every once in a while, I'm okay with doing a show like today because I didn't really have much to talk about today. I was really hoping, Boogie was going to be on the show, and I couldn't lock that in. It was too late to really confirm. So instead, I just kind of did like an audible show here, right? But it's funny to laugh at this shit. But I don't want to deal with this every day. I couldn't. Like, I just don't have the patience for it. I really don't. A lot of people are like, this is what they do every day. I can't do this every day. There's no fucking way. I would lose my mind. I'm the kind of guy, I want to chill with you guys and have fun conversation. I want to play video games and enjoy them. That's the content that I like. I don't want to sit here looking at these fucking jokes, these wastes of life every day and be like, wow, human failure. Here's evidence of it, right? Like, holy fucking shit. Thank you to Chill Bill, who did a $10 Canadian super chat and says, I think the Krabby Patty meal was not available for delivery to ensure Plankton could not get one. No, but again, I've told you guys this, the weirdest thing about it, it was available for delivery. The only reason that I promised you guys that I was going to do it is because I confirmed it was available for delivery. It even had little cartoon versions of the burger and the Frosty drawn in the style of SpongeBob on the fucking menu. It showed that. And I was like, that's neat. That's a cool way that they're doing it. They're kind of going all out. Even on the delivery menu, they've got it cartoonishly drawn. I wish I had screenshotted it to show you guys, because I didn't, thinking, you know, it'll be available. And apparently they only had it available for delivery like one day. You know? Anyway. So thank you for that. So that was Chill Bill. And it's Canadian. It's a $10 Canadian super chat. It's the equivalent of about $7.50 USD. So we'll say that it's about $7.50, and we'll say that that's about, we're up to 43 right now. No, 44, excuse me. We're up to 44 right now. So thank you guys. What I'll do for the end of the show now, because I know that we wasted a lot of time on you know, those waste of life people. If you guys have any topics you'd like to discuss, please tag me in the chat, or if you contribute in some way, I'll shout it out. Right now, we have almost 400 viewers on the show on YouTube, and we have around 80 viewers over on Kick, consistent viewership on Kick. So thank you all, everyone who's watching. If you could give the stream a like on YouTube, I'd really appreciate that. We're at 77 likes. I'd like to get that to 100. But outside of that, any support is greatly appreciated today. Right now, I think we only have the 1 or 2 tips. It would be great to get some tips in today. Like I said, I've noticed that since I started streaming on Kick, the tips have really like calmed down, which isn't good, honestly. I do need tips to help support the business. So if you could tip, please do. But hey, I'm appreciative of anything. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, tips, and subs over on Kick. I mean, speaking of which, let's get some subs over on Kick. What's happened? How could this be slowing down? Let's get a few subs over on Kick. But keep in mind, over on Kick, if you become a paid subscriber yourself, you become the part of the Founders Club. The top 100 people who became a paid subscriber to my channel, there's still like 60 open spots. Or if you gift 25 subs over there, you become part of the VIP club and you get an exclusive VIP badge forever. Right? Good afternoon, Iron Man the Power. How you doing? He says he tried the chicken Big Mac and he liked it. All right. Well, we're on pace. We still got to get through today, tomorrow, Thursday, and I think the first stream on Friday. When we hit 25 of the goals hit, I'm going to order it and we're going to do it. So let's get a hit. Let's do it, right? Will I still try the Krabby Patty in the future? See, here's the thing. Because people don't understand why I didn't do it. Why didn't Phil just drive there? Because I live on a very busy corner. Like, there's tons of traffic where I live on the corner here during the times when I would get it to eat it. So, for example, let's say today I finished my stream at 4 p.m. and I said, I'm going to go get the Krabby Patty. No exaggeration. It would take me probably at least 15 minutes just to get over there and get in line for it. And then there'd be a line because it's around dinner time, rush hour. And then I'd have to get out of there and get back. It would take me over a half an hour to go get the meal. So the meal's going to be fucking cold by the time I get it here anyway. And then on top of that, you waited over a half an hour, right? You don't want that. You want it to show right away. You know what I'm saying? You just want it to be here so I could review it for you right away. You don't want to sit around with your thumb up your butt. That's why I ordered the other thing, because it could arrive at the end of my stream and we did it right away and it was perfect, right? That's why I did it that way. The UK had chicken Big Macs for ages. Oh, really? So this is something, it's something new to the US, but they didn't have it, or they don't have it. They didn't have it in the US, but they had it over there in the UK for a while. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Let's see. They still have the chicken Big Mac, all right? I can confirm. I'm staring at it right fucking now. They still have the chicken Big Mac, all right? So as long as that doesn't change by Friday when we hit 25 streams, that is what I'm doing for you guys on Friday, all right? And apparently there's also a free, I get some free stuff too if I order. Apparently it's like a freebie. So it's on there, okay? How do I read 2 chats at once? I literally have 2 chats open in my face at once right now, and I'm just looking back and forth at them. I don't trust the dual chat on Restream.io. I don't think it would work well. That's why I'm not using that. Oh, that's true. Someone says screenshot it for evidence. You're right. I should, right? Because God forbid that someone say that I lied about the chicken Big Mac. Here it is. I'm literally taking this screenshot right now at 12:56 p.m. on October 15th. I've got it right here. Limited time chicken Big Mac. And I'm screenshotting it right now. It says limited time, but it doesn't say for how long. So there you go. It was there, and that's why I have offered this to you as a reward. If they fucking remove it, I can't make them add it back. You know what I mean? Chill Bill with another super chat. We need a Monday Night War YouTube versus Kick determined by stream stats and support. Tune in to see who wins each week. Now, see, I don't want to do that. Listen, I want people to tune in no matter where they are and have a good time. I understand that probably doing that would actually get me more support, but that's not what this is all about. You know what I mean? Like, I basically want to have a good time with my audience and not have it always be about money, subs. You know, it's good that you guys are supporting and allowing me to continue my streak and be successful and do fun things and felt the motherfucking detractors, but I don't want this stream to be, oh, pay. You know, it's stupid. And that's what it would become. It would literally become one versus the other, and people would be at each other's throats. And by the way, my detractors absolutely would bite into that, and they would be making tons of fucking sock accounts to try to promote, you know, anger between the two sides. So, what's my least favorite Soulsborne game? I don't know what you mean, because if you mean official Soulsborne versus spin-off Souls likes, you know, you have to be more specific than that. Ghostbusters donuts from Krispy Kreme. There is no Krispy Kreme in Washington. It doesn't exist. We don't have that out here. We don't have Dunkin' Donuts, and we don't have Krispy Kreme because they felt they couldn't compete with Starbucks, so they never came here. Yeah. Because he says, Cabal says there were Ghostbusters donuts at Krispy Kreme I could try, but they actually don't. There's no Krispy Kreme out here. So, Darkside Pimp just gifted 2 subs over on Kick. Congratulations to those who got them. Who's it? Thickest Wids and Pot of Greed. And with that, Darkside Pimp is now going to get on the leaderboard as the top sub gifter over there with 2 subs. Thank you, Darkside Pimp. I appreciate that. And let's add that to the running tally. That's about $10. So we're up to 57. We're over a third into our goal for the day right now. Thank you, guys. Double M says, I think a good idea is to announce the main meal for goals plus a backup meal just in case. I mean, what should we do as a backup? What would you guys like to see as a backup? Okay, sure. Let's end the podcast with this discussion today. If the chicken Big Mac falls through because it's limited time, is there anything you guys would like to see me do? Would like to see me do in place of it, right? Fox Mulder says, am I going to do the Call of Duty campaign day 1? No, I'm going to do the multiplayer because day 1, it's Call of Duty and the Shadow the Hedgehog game. So probably the day stream will be Call of Duty multiplayer and the night stream will be Shadow. I'm not going to get to the campaign for a bit, I bet. Krispy Kreme has locations around here. I have never seen one. I'll look it up, but I doubt that they deliver here. Let's look. Yeah, see, basically what it is, the Krispy Kremes out here actually don't have locations. Guess what they are? Ghost kitchens. 10 miles away. It says the closest place that would make Krispy Kreme donuts for me is over 10 miles away, and that means it's not going to be good. Seriously. I mean, it looks cool. Those Ghostbusters donuts actually look cool. One looks like Slimer, one looks like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and one has the Ghostbuster symbol. Like, that would be dope, but, like, I'll tell you right now, it would never even show over 10 miles away. It would take forever. You know what I'm saying? I guess it was worth checking, but yeah. It would take them like hours to get here. I'd have to pay like a giant tit, and it would get here. You know the donuts aren't going to be good sitting there in a fucking car for over an hour, right? I would like that. Dude, that's a dope dozen donuts. Look at that. I like that. 3 Ghostbusters cookies and cream donuts made with Oreo, 3 Slimer donuts, 3 Ecto sprinkled donuts, and 2 Stay Puft Marshmallow Man donut pull-aparts. They look awesome, but that ain't gonna be worth it. Plus, it's $30, and I'm not gonna eat all those donuts. Neither is my wife. We're not gonna be eating all those donuts. All right, how about this? Let's talk about what the backup should be. If you guys have any ideas of a backup, if this chicken Big Mac falls through by Friday, if there's something different you want, let's start brainstorming ideas, because I don't want to not have something and then have people be pissed with me, right? Like, no exaggeration, I've checked every day to see if the Krabby Patty meal again would be re-added for delivery, and it hasn't been. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and let's end the show. It's been a long one, but it's been a fun one. I enjoyed. And what we're going to do soon, we're going to actually go through the game nominations that you guys put in for Halloween, and we're going to actually tally them up, and we're going to make the poll that you guys are going to vote on. And that poll is going to determine what games we're playing during the Halloween marathon event. So we'll probably do it maybe like tomorrow. We could do that, or maybe the day after, because we're halfway through the month now, and I said the thread would be up for about halfway through the month. Last chance, if you haven't, post up in that thread. You can type _Halloween in my chat on YouTube, or just look at the community tab on the YouTube page, DSPGaming, to find that poll. Please post up the games you want in that poll, and hurry up, because if you don't soon, I'm going to be going through and making the poll. All right? All right, guys. Thank you so much. Great show today. I hope you enjoyed. And tomorrow, we'll do it all again. And tomorrow, of course, I'm going to tell you my final thoughts on Silent Hill 2 Remake and everything going on. Right? All right, guys. Thank you so very, very much. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.